Hello and welcome to Autodesk Inventor 2013. For this tutorial we're going to go through the basics of designing and assembling a car. The point of this exercise is to review your skills from last year. So let's start a new file. New, standard IPT, and create. Here's our new file. Unlike the older versions of Inventor, it doesn't open up to a 2D sketch, so we need to create one. I'm going to click Create 2D Sketch, and I'm going to click on that front work plane. There we go. We'll just pan this down to the side, zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to draw a line just for the base of my car. Now that doesn't really look long enough, so let's add a dimension. And instead of 0.5 inches, let's go all the way to 5 inches. And zoom out, get that back into the perspective we like. Let's pan a bit more. There we go. So there's the bottom of our car. Now I can use the arc tool to draw in the rest. Now your car, I would hope, is going to be a lot nicer looking than mine, because I am just drawing mine on the fly. Looks like we have a mid-30s Dodge on our hand. Don't like that arc, let's hit escape. Add a better arc on there. And a bumper coming up the front. And a closed loop, so I hit escape. And I'll just move that point so we don't have a closed loop. So there's the basic outline of my car. Finish sketch. And now I can extrude it. So we click on extrude, automatically selects. Try 3 inches, see what that looks like. Looks good to me. I click the check mark. And here's the basic shape of our car. Now I can fill it off the corners just to make it look a little nicer. So I come up to modify, click fillet. And let's just click a couple edges and see what happens. And we'll get that one in the back. We'll see what 0.25 looks like. Hopefully we don't get some red lines. 0.25, that cleans it up. Click the check mark. So now I've got some nice fillets that way. Now let's do a fillet again, and we'll get the sides. So that side and that side. Now 0.25 looks okay, but let's bump that up. Let's try 0.45. Okay, there we go. That looks like it's going to work. I click the check mark. And there's my car at 0.45. Okay, next step is I'm going to shell the car and make it hollow. To do that, all I have to do is click on shell, and then it's preset at 0.1. It's giving me a caution sign. So maybe we need to make this a little small. Let's go 1/16 of an inch, 0.0625. And no caution sign, it's going to work. So I click the check mark. Now I know that I've got a hollow car here. Okay, next step after that, let's add some windows. So I'm going to go create 2D sketch on the side here. And I'm going to draw some windows into place. We're going to go right up into the contour of the top just to give it some more flair. There's one window. I'm doing this very quick. There's our 2 windows. Nothing special there, but this is just a video. And let's extrude those windows through. So I can click on the profiles. As you see, they go the wrong way at first. So let's set that to cut. And we'll set distance to all. Then we know it's going to go right through. We hit OK. And we can see inside there that this car is hollow. The next step is we're going to need a windshield and a rear window. So we need to open up the origin and find some sketches. So YX looks like it's going to cut through the car, which is what we want. And let's make a new plane by clicking on that and dragging up to the front of the car. Okay, we click the check mark to finish our new plane, and we're going to start a sketch on that plane. Now, let's rotate that. We can't really see what we're working on, so let's go View, and we'll change our visual style to wireframe. So now we can see what's going on. There's our hood, and this is the space where the window's going to go. Back to sketch. I'm going to draw a line, or actually I'm going to project the geometry of my car, and then I'm going to draw a line down the middle. The purpose of this line is to give us a point that we can mirror around later. Now I can draw half my windshield. This car is going to look like it's from Pixar by the time we're finished. And we can draw a straight line coming back. So we've got some geometry there. Now we can use our mirror tool. Mirror geometry. There's our mirror line. Apply. And done. And we might be able to delete these lines just to clean it up a little bit. Oh, apparently not, because they're projected. So we go Finish Sketch, and we can go Extrude. Oh, I picked the wrong things. Let's go Profile again, and Control, click that. Let's go Cancel, Extrude. There we go. So that profile. Yeah, let's get the other side here. We want that and that. So it's selected. We want it to cut. And let's just go through front and back. That way we get a good nice cut and both are done. You could do two separate windows though. So I went both directions and all and okay. Let's turn off the visibility on that work plane. And let's go back to View and back to shading with edges. So you can see there's the back windshield of my car and the front windshield. Throw some eyes on there and it's straight out of Pixar. Now you can go through and add some more features. You should know how to do this already, but if you're stuck, review the first tutorial. Next step that we want to do though is providing an axle and some recesses for the wheels on the bottom. So I'm going to go back to 3D model and I'm going to make a new 2D sketch on the side. You can see I'm going to rotate it slightly just so I have a better visualization of what I'm looking at here. Let's draw a couple circles. Now these aren't the wheels that I'm drawing. This is going to be a recess for the wheels. So let's maybe put that up a little higher. Ooh, circle. So there's one wheel. You can see that the indexing line, as I move over that dotted line, that just keeps everything lined up. And there's my other wheel. We'll use the equal constraint to make sure that the wheels are equal to each other. There we go. We've got some equal wheels. I shouldn't call them wheels, they're not wheels. So from here, we can go Finish Sketch, and we're going to cut those out. So we go to Extrude, select the two wheels, we're going to go in, cut, and just, let's say 0.5, just to get a nice little cut in there. And now we've got those wheel wells ready to go. 0.5 of an inch. Now we should be able to go to the other side of the car, create a 2D sketch again, and similar to the way we drew the wheels in the first tutorial, I'm just going to draw two circles that are completely just off the vehicle, and we're going to use some constraints to make those the same. So first off, equal. This wheel is going to equal that wheel, and this wheel is going to equal this wheel. So now they're the same size. Turn that back around. The next thing I want to do is make them concentric. So this wheel is going to be concentric to this wheel, and this wheel is going to be concentric to that front wheel, like so. So there's our two matching wheels. We can finish the sketch and extrude both wheels, and again we're going to go in, cut, and OK. So now we're left with two nice wheel holes in there. Okay, next sketch that we're going to do is going to be for the axles. So I'm going to create 2D sketch again, and I'm just going to pick this space here. So I'm sketching within here. I can see my center point of where my wheel is. Let's just project the geometry of this one over as well. That should give us a center point. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, I've got my center point, so I need to draw a piece that can be extruded through. So from that same center point, make a little circle. Let's general dimension this circle to 0.125 for 1/8 of an inch. And check. So I've got that, and we'll just add some geometry. Actually, let's make a bigger circle around it, and that will support the axle. That one can be 0.25. 0.25, and now we'll add some geometry, just coming straight down there, straight down there. So I've got the basic wheel. I need to trim out, just to clean it up a little bit. Now let's draw a line across the bottom, just to make sure. Let's finish that up. And trim. There we go. So a nice little simple shape. We'll draw the same shape on the back here. I'll just pop. And there's the same shape on the back of our car. We zoom out a bit. You can see we've got our two axle holes. We'll finish the sketch, and we should be able to extrude these. So I'm going to go extrude that profile and that profile. Instead of distance, we're going to go 2, rotate our vehicle around, and click that on the other side. And you can see we've got the axle piece moving through on both sides. We're finished. We can click OK, and now we've got the pieces for the axle. This is the end of the first part. We still need to make the axle and the wheels, but for now let's save this file. Sorry, that's not the right one. That's not the right one either. We'll save, and make sure you save to your data or your flash drive. Let's call this car body. Now this is going to be an assembly, so all things should be in their own folder. So let's go new folder. There we go. And we're going to open my new folder there and save inside. Okay, that's the end of part 1.